Hey there, today I'm going to show you how to draw Arceus from Pokemon. So we're going to draw the character from profile view, meaning we're going to draw him from the side view so you get to see all the cool details on the side. So let's get started with the top of the head. And draw up at the top of the page here, draw a curve going from the front to the back. Starting from the front, we'll curve to the back. From here I'm going to curve the bottom edge of the face opening. So from this top, we'll curve down to the bottom, but we're not going to go as long as the top line here. We'll come down just about here, drawing a curve that goes up. From here we're going to draw in the front profile of the face. So starting from the top, we're going to step in on the left and draw a curve going towards the bottom. From this point here, we're going to curve in the opposite direction and tuck this in behind the face. Let's go ahead and draw in the eyeball. So from up here we're going to draw a half circle. From the front, we'll curve down towards the back. Now let's draw a circle for the iris and then a dot for the pupil, right in the center. Down below this eye, we're going to draw a circle. So just below here, draw a circle for that little patch in the face. Now there's some stripes that go across the face. So from the front, we're going to curve just underneath this eye and in between that circle. And then we'll come down a bit and just draw another line just below the circle there. Okay, let's go ahead and draw the top of the head. So this actually curves around to the little mane that goes in the back, but we're going to have to stop and pause halfway just so we can draw in the ear. So from here, I'm going to draw a curve going up and over the face. We're going to stop right there. Let's draw that little detail at the front here. So there's a little patch that kind of starts up here, curves down, and then out in on top of that line there. From here, let's go ahead and draw in that ear. So there's going to be an overlap here. So coming down here, we'll curve up to the ear. So we want to draw quite a bit long line here. From this point, we're going to curve down below the face. So coming down towards the jaw. Then from here, I'm just going to curve in the opposite direction, right towards the front edge of that chin. Just like that. Let's go ahead and draw that ear in the back side. So you can see just a little bit of the back ear here. Starting up here, curve up around the same height, and then curve down, tuck that in behind the head. Now from this point, now I can draw the mane that goes in behind that ear. So I'm going to imagine this curve behind that ear, and I'm going to curve down and out. So right up here, curve down, up, and then down. From this point, I want to curve back and match up with the bottom of the chin here. So right about here, imagine this face comes out. We curve up, down, up, and we'll just meet up with that point. Let's just make this line a little bit longer. Now with this detail back here, we're going to draw this curve of the face behind this ear and just kind of taper down. So right up here, we'll curve out and just start to taper it down as we get to the end there. Now this line also continues back here, so we're going to start up here, just curve into that line there, and then this bottom one will curve into the bottom there. Okay, so we got the head. Let's get into the neck. Now for the neck, the front comes out into this little pouch or this little throat area down here. So if I had the body over here, I'm going to draw the neck extending down. So from this point, I'm going to move over to the right, curve out, and then back. It's a little reverse S curve. From this point, I'm going to curve in the opposite direction and just draw a little line like that. Let's go to the back of the neck and draw the back coming down towards the body. And along the way, there's these little thorns that stick out. So up here, curve out. And then I'm going to do a little, almost like a C shape curving out. And then one last time, I'm just going to curve down towards the body like that. And just kind of leave it there for now. We're going to have to draw in some overlap. So this is where it gets a little bit tricky. I'm going to have to draw in this front leg on top of the body before I can finish that off. So up here, I'm going to have the shoulder area coming out to the knee. So what I want to do is I want to draw a curve for the top of the shoulder. Starting back here, I'll draw a curve. Now this is going to come back down and then up towards the kneecap. So what I'm going to do is starting up here in the knee, it's going to curve back and then just merge that into that shoulder line. From here, now I can finish off the front of the body. So this neck coming down, I'm going to draw the rest of it just poking out here, just below that throat area. Then up here, I'm just going to do an overlap curving down. Let's draw two lines just like we did with the face up in here. So we're going to draw one curve there and one curve right beside it. Let's draw the thorns on the back side of the body. So this thorn, we're going to flip it over and draw it on this side. So we're drawing a curve going out and then curving back in. Now let's go ahead and draw the bottom one back here. So up here, draw a curve coming out and then back in. Now we've got the neck area. Let's finish off this leg. So from here, there's a series of little overlaps. So from this point, I'm going to curve down and towards the right. So coming down this way. We're going to do an overlap and curve out. Okay, so we've got the knee on top of the shin. From this point, we're going to curve down and forward. Okay, so coming out this way. From this point, we want to round up the tip. We're going to come down and round out the bottom of the hoof. So coming up like this. Now from here, I want to curve in the opposite direction. There's this little flare that sticks out here. So coming out, around the leg area there. And then we're going to curve and just tuck this in by that kneecap like that. Let's go ahead and draw that little detail for the hoof. So from this point, we go up at an angle, come down with the curve of the foot, and then just kind of round that out at the end. From here, we're going to draw in the back of the leg. So right here, we curve down, and then we'll just round that out around the bottom of the shoulder. There's this little thing that sticks out here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start back here. It's kind of like a fin, curve out, and then just kind of pull that up just a little bit like that. Okay, from here, we're going to draw in the bottom part of the body and the top part, but then there's this little wheel, this golden wheel that goes around the middle of the body. And this is where it gets a little bit tricky. So up here, I'm going to have to draw in the curve coming down towards the center of the body. So from here, I'm going to draw the top of the back, curving down. From here, I'm going to have to draw the reverse, but here I'm going to have to draw that little neck area. So this curve goes behind the leg and then just curves up around the shoulder like that. I'm going to take this curve and just kind of merge it at the bottom here. And then these two lines, I'm just going to draw the continuation of them behind that leg. Now from here I'm going to do another overlap. So this is where the belly comes in, or the chest area, curving around. And I'm going to curve this to meet up here, but there's going to be a little gap here. Because I want to draw a bit of that, the wheel, the horn of the wheel. So coming around and almost closing that circle off. But I'm going to leave that little gap because I want to draw a curve that goes like this. And then one flipped over in the opposite direction. Before we get any further with the wheel, I'm going to draw in the back leg here. So this leg in the back is going to be pointing straight down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the shoulder area first. So up here, right up here, I'm going to draw a curve coming down. I'm going to go in the reverse direction, so pointing towards the toe. And that's probably right about there, that distance. I'm going to round up the toe. And I'm going to do similar to what I did here. I'm going to draw the curve for the hoof going up. And then I'm just going to curve in the opposite direction and then tuck that in behind the body there. Let's go ahead and draw that same detail on the hoof. So here, I'm going to draw angle line up. I'm going to curve down, and then I'm just going to round that out to the bottom of the foot there. Okay, so we got the legs. Let's get into this wheel. So this is really tricky. Let's see if we can follow this through. So from here, I'm going to draw a curve. So this is going to be the wheel, the actual wheel that goes around the body, but there's going to be some stops along the way. So I'm going to draw the first spike that sticks out up here, the second one down here. So on either side of the spike. Starting from the top, I'm going to curve around like this. I'm going to go to the bottom and try to do the same thing. So from here, I'm going to curve around the opposite direction. So from here, we're going to draw some spikes with the cross that sticks out. So from this direction, I'm going to go up in an angle. From here, I'm going to draw a similar thing to this. So I'm going to draw a curve going to a point, and then curving back in the opposite direction. Now from here, I'm going to imagine this line continuing on in that direction there, and then coming back. Let's go ahead and draw the bottom one first, because this is actually connected in. So from here, I'm going to draw that same angled line, but backwards. So going down, and we're going to come out to a point, and then coming back. From this line, I'm going to extend it out to the point, and then coming back. Now from here, I'm going to connect these 2 points together with a curve that sort of follows this curve. Starting at the top, I'm going to curve around and then come down towards the bottom. Now all I need to do is just trace the inner negative space out. So what that means is going up here and making this wheel area thicker, just like that. Then coming down towards the belly on the top and the bottom. And then again, just tracing out. So imagine this curve going all the way around the belly like that. Okay, up here I'm going to draw a circle for the gem, and in between here we'll draw one here. Now I'm going to have to draw the ones in the back. So there's these little crosses that go in the back here. So I'm just going to draw one coming up from here, like that. I'm going to draw the first point, and then going back. Now I'm going to draw this line going up this way. So behind that neck area, the thorns, coming back. And then this one is going to curve all the way around. I'm going to imagine it going behind the body here. So from here I'm just going to go up and then just curve this around the body. Let's go ahead and draw that gem. Now I'm going to take that and flip it over on the bottom side. So here I'm going to draw a line going out. Let's go up to a point here and going back. I'm going to follow this line to a point and go back. Now, this is where the point connects with this side, but it's going to go behind the body. So I'm just going to curve around, just let it sort of vanish off behind the body. Up here I'll just come back and then complete that by sticking that underneath the body, and then we'll draw that gem in the center. Okay, so we're halfway done. Let's get into the back side of the legs. So here I'm going to have to draw the leg coming down on both sides, the front and back. But here I'm going to draw a little bit of the belly poking out from underneath and on top of the back behind that wheel. From here we're going to draw on this leg. So let's imagine, actually let's continue this line on and just kind of pull it up like that, because I want a little bit of overlap here. From here I'm going to draw a curve going down, and it's probably going to disappear behind this wheel, continue on down here. I want to get the legs around the same length as the ones in the front. From this point I'm going to curve in the opposite direction to the toe. I'm going to round that out. I'm going to pull that back. Now from here I'm going to go up in an angle that goes to a spike in the back of the heel. From here I'm going to curve back. So there's a little spike. Now from here I'm going to pull this up into a point. So there's another point up here, and then this disappears behind this wheel and then back into the hind area. So curving back, and we'll just bring that in like that. Let's go ahead and draw on that toe detail. So up here, angled line, just like we did in the front, coming down in a curve, and then pulling that back to the bottom of the foot. Let's take that exact same thing and draw it in the back here. So I'm going to start with this top part of the leg up here, curving behind that wheel, and it'll probably come down just a bit more here. Draw that front curve. Now I'm going to draw the curve for the toe. I'm going to draw this curve going back, up. Now this curve here curves back up like that. Now let's draw this toe detail. So going up, coming down with a curve, and then rounding out. So the back part of the leg here, you're not probably going to see not a lot going on back here because it's covered by this wheel. So I'm just going to leave it like that for now. Let's finish this off with the tail. So this tail comes down, up, over behind this wheel. I'm going to bring this down here, up, and then down. Now it's going to taper out so it gets thicker, and it's going to tuck in behind this leg. It's going to curve out, down, gets thicker, and then just behind that wheel. From this point, I'm going to step in a little bit so there's a slight overlap, going up behind the wheel, down, and then vanishes off behind the edge of that tail. We're going to draw one little curve like this. Maybe one up here as well. And that is pretty much it. There we have it. There's Arceus from Pokemon. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Please give us a like and make sure you check out our Pokemon playlist. I have a ton of characters in there. I'll be adding more every week. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.